Welcome to Double Talk.
Can't hear you.
My name is Mark Steffen. Michael's doing play-by-play on the Astros game right now.
Actually, this isn't a radio. We're not doing a radio show. Wouldn't it be a lot easier? Let's do a radio show.
Well,
turn your TV.
You got a face for radio, but that's something else.
You say such nice things. Oh, and there we are. Yes. Oh, I'm Michael. Man, that's really weird. It'd be crazy doing
Hearing
radio.
yourself in stereo.
You can't hear a thing. So, well, welcome back to me because
you've been out of town. Yes.
Yes, but don't tell anybody because then they can go steal all my liquor.
Where were you?
I was in Cape Cod.
What for?
Ever hear of that?
Cape Cod. That's where they have the fish.
Looks like
cod fish.
Like that.
What? Oh, the cod.
The cape. The cape comes up like that.
Yes.
They don't have that much cod anymore. They actually had to put a stop on the fishing of cod.
I saw that on the news last
and
night.
it is only being sold occasionally to restaurants.
Well, they've overfished.
It's overfished.
And you reap what you sow, I think.
Instead of cod, they have scrod.
Scrod.
Scrod is baby cod.
It was better than scrotum.
I don't
That's
know.
the way
I
I
never
feel
tasted
about it.
scrotum like you did. So, is that how you feel about it?
I don't know.
Cod,
How would I
scod.
know?
They don't have Cape
Scrod?
Cape Scrod.
Where's Cape Fear? Is that near there?
Cape Fear is in North Carolina, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
But Cape May is also in Massachusetts.
I see.
It's great.
Where's
Yeah.
Batman's cape?
Batman's cape, usually around his shoulders. So, well,
So
so
welcome
what's going
back
on in town.
anyway.
You know, I missed papers from Monday and Tuesday, so
Papers?
I have no idea who was arrested.
Like you read the papers.
I read the headlines like everybody else who's a good citizen.
You
here.
probably read the sound off in the comics.
Well, the sound off the type is now too small. And the comics, got smaller type, it seems. They squish things in. It's amazing.
Doesn't the Sun News realize that their readership is getting older? The younger people don't read the paper.
That's right. They read texts and tweets when the paper becomes a tweet.
Or they get it online.
Right
or they
here.
get it from Double Talk.
I know a lot of you get all your news from here, so we're going to talk about stuff like that.
We
like
are.
even the dates on the paper are too small to read. The first
Right.
thing you want to know what date it is. What date
Or
is
what day? Yeah, it used to be on the day when we said the day, Monday or Tuesday.
it? It used to be big.
It was big in red letters. Now you have to search for what day of the week it is. To say if you're looking for back issues.
So we're still complaining about good old Sun News.
They took something that was marginal and made it worse.
Well, I think they're trying to run themselves out of business, and then they could cause, it would be a tax deduction
I guess.
for some large media corporation that's going straight into all media, all texting, all the time. So speaking of media, and it's not on our list because I wasn't here to make the list, Adrian Alvarez apparently got booked for domestic violence.
She beat up her new husband? She just had a baby.
I guess so.
Postpartum blues.
I give her credit, and until the facts are in, I'm still a fan of her, and I will still be a fan of her, even if she's actually guilty. Because whatever she does it with aplomb, and she's got...
Because she's hot? Is that what you're saying?
And she means whatever she's doing. She's the most sincere news announcer I have ever seen.
Really?
Yes.
Of anybody?
Including
Better than Peter
you.
Jennings?
And you.
Me too.
Yeah, because you get, sometimes over-emotional.
I mean what I say. When I say
I
it.
know. You're so...
Ladies and gentlemen.
You're so heartfelt. What are we talking about? What's next?
Well, now, you know what?
No,
There is
because I haven't been here.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
That's why you're here.
Currently in the Las Cruces area, there is a feature film under production. And, well, it's going along swimmingly. And unfortunately, the Las Cruces Film Office no longer exists. So they're not there to be of assistance to the film that is shooting in Las Cruces that is going to, make Las Cruces look good. I'm not going to say put it on the map.
No one's in charge of a permit fee.
But, most of the film actually is shooting outside of Las Cruces, but it's shooting in the area. And the Las Cruces Film Office is here to expedite productions shooting in the area. Well, that's when Las Cruces pretended to care about having a film office. They've since fired the film liaison. They've done away with the film office.
Well, isn't it the governor who actually tried to stop any funding of movies or any movie making because we don't believe it's a real product like growing cotton and green chili?
Yes, well, the governor put a cap on the
tax deduction
incentives. So we still have some. Many productions that were going to come here have gone elsewhere to places like Louisiana, Florida,
Arizona.
Arizona, and North
So
Carolina.
why do you know so much about this movie production?
Well, I happen to be in the movie that is shooting.
Could
In
you
the
sign
area.
sign my copy of the scene?
No, I won't sign that.
You won't sign that?
But
Anti-El Paso, huh?
and so, because of that, the film has not been shooting in Las Cruces except for one scene. The film is shooting in places like La Mesa, San Miguel, Mesilla, and
Mesilla. Is
and
that
elsewhere.
nearby?
We're not shooting in Las Cruces because Las Cruces does not support film production. That's true.
Well,
And,
there's also not that many scenic things actually in the city proper, is there? Unless you want to shoot in front of one of the 3 Walmarts we have.
Well, there's a lot
Don't
of
you want to
good.
do a lot of Walmart
I mean, there's a
scenes?
lot of good reasons to shoot in Las Cruces. If you need scenes of a city, if you want to shoot cars running down the
Scenes
street.
of a city.
Scenes
You go to
anywhere.
Vancouver for scenes of a city.
Well,
not
we're
Las
shooting
Cruces.
bar scenes in the movie. We're not shooting in Las Cruces. We're shooting
What
them
bars are in Las Cruces?
Chopey's.
Well, Chopey's has a good classic bar.
We're shooting
and
there.
so does the one in Mesilla, but
There's lots of bars in Las Cruces we could shoot in.
Okay.
We're not shooting there.
M5 is a good one.
Well, we're not shooting there. Sorry. We're shooting in apartment buildings, not in Las Cruces, in La Mesa. And
In
San
La
Miguel.
Mesa.
And San Miguel. Have you been to San Miguel?
I've
Gateway.
been through it.
San Miguel's the gateway to La Mesa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a suburb, isn't
We
it?
needed a bus station set. We're doing it in La Mesa. We're not
We
doing it
don't
in
have
Las
a bus
Cruces.
station in Las Cruces.
Yes, we do.
What is it, a gas station?
It's a gas station in Doniana.
I know, so
No, but it's a fake bus station. We could have made the fake bus station in Las Cruces. But Las Cruces doesn't want to cooperate with films. They don't want films in Las Cruces. So you know what? We took it someplace else. And we will continue to take films someplace else. In fact, because the city of Las Cruces is so against film production in this area, I
Personally,
and
yes.
others are involved in making a video to warn people from ever coming to Las Cruces with their films. We're going to suggest that they go elsewhere with their movies because if they come to Las Cruces, they will get no support whatsoever. In fact, they'll get the cold shoulder from the city of Las Cruces.
So with no publicity or nothing going out for Las Cruces to become a film capital of Doñana
Southwest,
County,
yes.
what you're doing is an anti-publicity
Exactly.
push.
Why not? I mean, that's what the
Anti-publicity.
city wants. If the city doesn't want films, why would we want films to come here and get the cold shoulder from the city? So we're suggesting they go to Tucson or they go elsewhere.
That sounds pretty good. Can I get a piece of that?
Well, you can
You
get
know,
it. You
get a
can
piece
you
of
can
that. Can I-
download a piece of it from
Well, I
YouTube
was
when
gonna,
it's
invest
produced.
in this anti-publicity
Oh,
thing because
you're-
it can make a lot of money.
You're more than happy to do
Put it
so.
in, you
You're
know?
more than welcome to do so.
If it goes viral,
Then you'll get a
make big
virus.
money. Yes, and then I'll get a shot.
And so that's the problem. Sorry, Las Cruces, you lose out again.
You're so loyal. Anyway,
No, they're not. They're unloyal.
dam into park. What is that?
Well, you know the big flood control dam
Yeah,
that
it's being
runs
fixed.
that runs from Loman all the way up to down parallel to Telshore, almost all the way up to Highway 70.
It's pretty big.
They've decided, or there's talk anyway, and there's some progress toward turning it into a park.
See what I
There's a
missed?
road along the top of it,
There is.
and over the
People
other
jog
side
there. Is
is
emptiness.
it's wetlands.
Well, if it were
when it's
wet,
wet.
it was a wetland.
Well, we've had rain lately, so it is wet,
Yeah, maybe a little.
and so they're talking about making the whole area a park, and
Rather than
trails.
using the Las Cruces Country Club for a park, right?
well, they had
Because
their
that's a whole different thing.
they had their opportunity with that, and they sold
Yes.
out for the big bucks. I don't know who was paid off, if anybody, but things are
Well,
happening in that
This would
way.
be a good area for a park because it's totally undevelopable. You're not going to start putting a street in there with stores.
No, but they are going to
because
put paths, hiking paths.
hopefully raised a little bit for when it floods.
Yes,
Yeah,
observation points
like that. That's
to
just a
watch
drainage
the
thing.
wild. Well, I think that's this side of it.
Yeah.
Um,
What, coming out?
that's kind
That's
of
going in. That's on the.
who knows? That could be
That's
on
on
the
the
other
high
side.
range side.
Right, and so of course when it rains, it blooms. There's water, there's wildlife, there's waterfowl, and so they're talking about putting trails in, observation points to watch the
be cool.
birds, and other wildlife that converge for the water.
So this area looks like the area where your house used to be when you were first in that house. You know, in the 60s, right? There's nothing there
no,
except-
there was plenty there.
like that. Those
That
turtle-looking bushes, those things. That's what they had. Right? Didn't you say there were frogs by your house?
There's frogs in my house now.
Well, you move. Well, maybe you should clean it up a little. Yeah,
I didn't say in the
stop
house.
feeding
Outside the house, not
I
in.
thought inside the house. You
They're
know,
only-
froggies. I know you like pets. You know, you like birds.
The only frogs in the house are the ones we bring in purposely.
You mean and serve them crepes?
Well,
Just frogs always like crepes and stuff like that.
well, let's leave the French out of it.
Well, you don't have to put them in the crepe.
But so anyway, do you think it's a good idea to make the dam into a park? The
I
top of the
do.
dam they're going to make as a hiking trail,
It's like
jogging
a
path,
it is a jogging path.
and they're going to build observation decks off of it, and trails leading down into the waterlands. And
I think that's great.
I think it's a good idea.
I can't wait to go fishing.
I think they're
There.
squandering a great region that they could be using, and
Right now, if they
yes,
don't turn it into
they're
a park,
they're squandering it now. Let's use it and take advantage of what we have
people
there.
could go birding there. Birding, whatever that means. Birding. Could
Yeah.
mean something bad. I don't know.
Yes,
There'll
well,
be plenty of birds there if it's
well,
the only water around.
we lost Burn Lake, so you know.
No, actually, we did actually lose it.
And now there's absolutely no reason to go there.
I mean, there was actually a lake there, and then there wasn't there. So, well, you know, it sunk into the aquifer.
And apparently the only reason people go there now is for sexual activity.
Really?
Yes. So
Why don't you give people the address there and the phone number to
well,
call?
people
in
know where
case they're
Burn Lake
interested?
is, I guess.
Yeah, but don't you want to say call me?
Call Michael at.
and meet people over at Burn Lake. That'd be sexy.
So anyway,
yeah.
there'll be good from the top of the dam. You know, you have a nice view of the valley,
I've been there, man. It's
the
cool.
Mesilla Valley.
It's cool to.
You turn around, you got a great view of the Oregon Mountains and the East Mesa.
I could almost say I jog there, except I think I slowed down
It's
halfway in
wonderful.
the middle. You know,
And
it's
yeah,
invigorating.
So it's a great place to look down the town, spy on the town, if you will. Which brings me to the next
You want to
topic.
spy on the town because you're a spy for the NSA? Is that what you are?
No,
Is
I'm
that,
not.
is that true?
Well, it takes one to know one.
I better go look that up.
Well, you know,
I would be a spy
well-
for the NSA. It sounds like fun, you know. You find out about people's lives.
well,
It's better than watching TV.
well, you sit at a computer all day. You call that exciting?
Depends. A lot of people do that all day, and they think it's the most exciting thing in the world because, you know, they're watching YouTube, such as this show on YouTube. Any time of the day or night, you can get this show. That's what our show, you know, people think we are in Las Cruces when we're filming.
Yes.
We're actually in that plane filming
That's true. We are flying around the city.
while we take pictures
Well, we're
in
in
their backyards.
We're in an airplane that is controlling the drone. But that's a picture of a drone. Now, this is a picture of a smaller drone that the city of Las Cruces and Doñana County will soon be operating to spy on the citizens of Las Cruces. Now, I think we don't need our tax money going to being spied upon.
Wait a second. I mean, you're a self-admitted paranoia, right?
No.
Paranoiac?
No, I'm not
You
a
wouldn't-
self-admitted paranoiac.
That's what it says on your file
No.
that I read. It
Just-
said that you
just
you
because
know
I
you're
think-
paranoia. So wouldn't this be great? Because as long as you're going to be paranoid, you might as well be a true paranoid with some
Just
reason.
because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not spying on me.
They are spying on you. That's why you're paranoid.
Oh, that's right.
What do you have to spy on? Like what shirt you're going to wear for the show? You know, they say, well, what's he going to wear? We
No, no.
want to dress in that
No,
shirt.
no, I try these on in my lead-lined closet.
That's right. But you did take your lead-lined hat off for the show, usually. You know, because you usually walk around
Well, I wear
town
the
with
tin foil
lead-lined-
thing so that
tin
the
foil.
alien communications don't bombard my
decided
brain.
tin foil doesn't work.
Yes.
I'm going to walk around with a hoodie full of pennies.
You know, I've never seen tin foil in my life. People still, you're
It's not tin.
No.
It's aluminum foil.
People have been saying tin foil for the last 80 years. There's no such thing as tin foil. It's aluminum foil.
But weren't aluminum cans lined in tin?
I don't know about. They
Isn't
probably
there something like that?
no. Well,
Why would
aluminum.
they
No,
say
but steel cans. I think.
have to be lined with
I think
something.
steel cans are a mixture of steel and tin.
This is why we need spy cameras, because we have no idea what we're talking about.
Do they
And if
still make tin
somebody-
cans? I don't know.
There are tin cans.
Really, where?
They're made out of aluminum.
Oh, those cans.
Yes.
Okay.
Reynolds Aluminum makes tin cans. You don't hear. I mean, they don't want to call themselves Reynolds
Well,
Tin.
well, you know, the town of Mesilla got a grant from Homeland Security to buy a brand new police car and other. Now, don't you think the city of Las Cruces would love to have a grant from Homeland Security to buy a drone vehicle such as the one shown there, so that they could
background.
fly it over and spy on us.
What are they going to see?
Because
Watering at
look,
the wrong day of the week?
no, cops today all think they're working for Homeland Security. They've had that brainwash in them, and that's what they think they're doing now. And with that thought, we're going to take a break.
Because we got a message from NSA to shut up.
We're going to come back with more
we'll be
spying
back.
right after these words.
Be the Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hey, you, come here. Do you want to know the news? The Lost Cruises channel is now on 7 days a week, so keep it right here.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
And we're back to Double Talk. Mark Steffen along with Michael Mandel.
They got a zip order.
Freshly back from,
Can't say anything.
from the right coast. How was your vacation?
Wait a second. My vacation feels like it's deja vu. Are we starting the show over again for the
No, we're
second
not.
time? Oh, it was great. I
Was it
made
great?
it back. Yes, it's good to be back.
Where's your slides?
My slides?
You know, people take slides when
I
they
usually go to the park for the slides. Yeah, we're going to do a slide presentation right after the show.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Join us afterwards at www.michaelmandel.
For the slideshow.
Where'd you go?
Yes.
You went to Cape
I went
Cod.
to Cape Cod. I
Where
believe
else
I
did
said
you go?
that. I
Anywhere
went to, you know where I was? A very interesting little town called Northampton. It's where Smith College is.
Ooh.
Smith College is the elite girls
Yes.
college. They have elite girls walking around, but also the town is full of great restaurants, music venues. People are walking around. It was like, when was I there? Like Monday night.
Did you
And
attend
it
any
was pretty
theater?
No. Yes, I did.
On the whole
In fact,
trip?
I did see in the Wellfleet Harbor Actors Theater,
Yes.
which is in Wellfleet, a Lewis Black play called...
Lewis Black, the comedian?
Yes. It's you can hear his nuances in there. It's called something like One Small Hitch, and you can see it's funny because he's got his little things in there, but it's not going to become a classic because a lot of the ideas have been used. Sort of the person getting married starts to have doubts because her old boyfriend shows up, but it's everything that's done is really done in a very funny way.
Is the sort of play that could be done in Las Cruces?
I was discussing that with Seal. I'm
Oh.
thinking, I don't know. You know who's in it? And you're the only person I've talked to who will know this name. Mark Lynn Baker.
Mark Lynn Baker. You know, I was wondering
My
what happened to
favorite-
him because I was watching him.
My favorite year.
We were watching My Favorite Year just the other night, and he's in it, and he disappeared shortly after that.
He's in a lot of little things, and if you look at his little bio, he's been in a lot of plays.
Yes, I saw him
he-
at a play in Los Angeles back in the 80s.
I think he takes like bit parts in like the forensic shows. He plays a little creepy guy.
he used to be
But
very annoying.
There's a little picture of Cape Cod. That's where I stayed in that round house.
Were you
know,
up there?
No, I
At least there's no
corner.
corners that you have to worry about.
I know, there's no spider webs.
It's hard to get the cockroaches in the corner because there are none.
I know, you have to wear round shoes. Anyway, Mark Lynn Baker was very good. It's good to see somebody of that caliber in a play. I mean, he overdoes it, but to such a wonderful point.
He always did.
he
He
did.
was trying so hard to be like Richard Dreyfuss that it annoyed me.
Yes, but he was great in the play, and so was everybody else. So I did see some theater.
Well, very good
It's
for
very
you.
good.
I'm
And my 1 week
impressed,
away.
Michael, that you actually went to see live theater
Yes.
on your vacation.
Paid good money, too.
Well, I hope so. How much was
Usually I
it?
use counterfeit bills.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
bad money.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to talk about what went on here while I was busy watching plays.
While you were out of town, Michael,
eating seafood.
We had an election.
Really?
Yes.
Did Obama get in again?
And he's still in.
Oh,
This
okay.
election here was primarily, it's
It was a primarily?
simply a county-wide election. County
4
and,
things,
and
right?
city.
As I understand it.
4 things only.
Something worth running out to vote
Right.
for.
One was the election
You can
to
read that.
$6 million for the 911 building, the 9/11 building.
No, 9/11 is a special thing.
911, 9/11,
911
same
building.
thing. They wanted to, $6 million to build a new one.
You know why you have to say 911? Because if you have an emergency, you have to dial 911. There is no 11
That's
on your dial.
Some people try to dial 911, can't
There's
find
no
the 11 on their dial.
Yes, so that's why it's a 911 thing.
Right.
That passed. People want to be safe when they call in their
Well,
false alarms.
we do need a new 911 call center,
911.
but we don't need to build one from the ground up.
million.
We don't need to buy land and then construct a new building because we
well,
have plenty of buildings sitting vacant in Las Cruces that
we've
would
already
serve the
done
purpose extremely well.
Yes. What else do we do?
Also, $800,000 for the animal facility.
People love animals.
Well, that's
Not enough to spay them or neuter them, but enough to care for their old age.
Well, that's not what that was for.
What is this for?
That was for animals who are evidence, basically, in animal abuse cases, which Doñana County is rife with. So these animals that have been abused and mistreated and their owners have been brought up on charges,
We can take them in
these
until
animals have to be kept as evidence
we're ready to kill them.
until the court date comes. And so they have to be kept somewhere. The animal shelter is no place for them because they don't have room for them.
Here's an idea. Let's use it for that, but at the same time, turn it into a profit center and make a zoo out of it. So kids could come in and look at the animals. Wouldn't that be cute? It's a zoo.
Charge people to come
They
in
never
and look
think
at the
about how to
abused
make
animals.
money. Yes, look at the abused animals and makes people feel guilty.
Well, that's not a bad idea. So the animals are
else
sitting there for
happened?
court cases. That passed.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what did not pass
What?
was $1 million. It was a bond issue for $1 million for the fairgrounds improvements.
Yes.
Uh,
Well, nobody really cares. How many times do you go to the fairgrounds?
Well, first of all, let me back up. $800,000 for the animal facility doesn't seem enough because they got $6 million for the 9/11 center.
Yeah.
$800,000 for the animal facility.
Yeah, but you don't have to buy desks for everybody.
You have to.
You just buy cages.
not
All you do is buy cages
No,
outside. And
corrals for horses.
You need shovels for
sheep,
other things.
cows that have been. You have livestock that are abused, primarily horses around here.
Actually, if there was some regulatory department that would go around prior to needing that, then you could eliminate all that stuff, and there you'd save $800,000. So the fairgrounds, maybe we should put the animals in the fairgrounds because we got the $800,000. You know what this city and most cities end up doing? If they don't win the funds in one way, they'll take it from some other part of the budget. So
Well,
I'm
the
sure
fairgrounds.
the fairgrounds will get new potties.
Well, I don't know what I think they wanted to upgrade the livestock areas.
Oh, the livestock area.
Yes.
So willing to do the livestock areas for the abused animals, but not for the animals that are coddled.
The people are just putting on show. When the fair comes up in September.
Well, when something doesn't mean anything to you, especially me, the only time I go to the fairgrounds is
For the wine festival.
festivals.
Yes.
Coming up Labor Day. by the
Well,
way.
you might
And it seems
benefit.
nice
You
enough.
might benefit from the upgrades there too.
I
We just
hope
don't. The thing is, we weren't told what the upgrades entailed. So why should
They
we
probably
vote
were if you
for them?
actually
No.
looked
Well, I
the
never
right
saw
areas.
them.
because it's not in the headlines.
I'm media conscious, and I never saw what these upgrades were meant to do.
And you
so-
voted against it. Did you vote? Did the
I actually
the
voted.
gener-
I voted for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bond issue. Bonds were retired. These bonds were coming in. It wasn't going to cost us any more. I voted for the bonds.
As long as your taxes stayed the same.
I did.
But the next thing you didn't vote for, right? 1/4% sales tax. Did you vote against that?
I voted against it.
For the it's funny. We passed the building for 911, but the money for the
To operate it,
and the crisis triage center.
right, which they haven't built yet.
Sad. Yes.
And the
What else is
ambulance
that?
ambulance service subsidy
Huh.
for the county, because there's a lot of indigents in the county who cannot pay their ambulance bill, And so that's what the subsidy covers.
So those people now, without the subsidy, when they're hurt, they'll have to walk over to the hospital.
Well, or get somebody to take them, but who's going to take care of them? In a crisis situation, they need care immediately. Listen, as an ambulance driver for 2 years
yes,
in this county, I understand that the subsidy is needed. I actually voted
for it.
If it had been separate, I would have voted for it.
Oh, but you voted against it. Although nobody has to know how you voted.
I believe in the secret ballot, although I'm here to say I voted against the increase in tax.
Well, that's good because, when you go buy stuff like cars and ice cream and...
The only reason I voted against the increase in tax for the 911 operations is because I do not want them to buy land and build a new center. I want them to use an existing facility to save $5 million.
All I can say is, whatever went through here, it's far better than having a baseball stadium plunked down in the middle of your city. Nobody even knows about it, and you lose your city hall so that you have to strew people.
Yeah, to tear down things.
So we'll put it in perspective. Whatever we did that nobody liked about our bond thing is nothing is quite as evil and bad and sinister as the El Paso Stadium. So let's go on to the next thing,
which is the Border Book Festival, which is today. What they're calling not today, it's tomorrow, Sunday from 10 to 6. Yeah. They're calling the Border Book Festival Friendship Day. Now it's at the Border
Friends Books.
It's at their offices down on 314 Tornillo Street.
Tornillo.
Tornillo.
There's 2 L's in that word, and you call it Tornillo.
That's right. It's between Mesquite, just north of Mesquite Street.
Anyway, so books are going for $3 to $5. Some books are being given away for free. There's going to be lots of stuff there.
And the books are in many, many languages, too.
And
free hair care products.
We all appreciate the Border Book Festival. They're not necessarily doing festivals anymore. But
look at the Border Book Festival logo that we have here.
No, and he can't. He's on the phone.
And Denise Chavez, who founded and runs the Border Book Festival.
The most famous author from Las Cruces, except for Tony Nelson.
I guess.
Who's in the New Yorker.
Where's that graphic that we called for?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not there for the Border Book Festival. Border Book Festival. Okay. Well, since we will continue. There it is, Border Book Festival. That's a picture of the mighty Rio Grande when it was still a canyon
and
with
books flying
over it. Anyway, there's music in the park tomorrow night as well, right?
And that picture of Denise Chavez?
Want to do an hour show?
No.
Yes. We're done with Denise Chavez.
Yes, we are.
Okay. Border Book Festival. Sun Music. What is that? Music in the Park?
Yeah, Music in the Park.
6 o'clock, Young Park.
Auditions for Heroes, Sunday and Monday
Black
at
Box Theater.
7 p.m. 3 men needed, 60 to 80 years old.
What?
And the
16 to 80?
60.
60 to 80.
It's a World War II picture.
3 guys, huh?
And the Plaza Classic Film Festival is going on right now in El Paso. I love it. They showed my film last year. Dames at Sea is going on right now at Las Cruces Community Theater.
Go see that. Unsettled Gallery today.
From 4 to 6 today. There's an artist reception. Jill Somoza,
one
and
of our
Mary
good
Robertson,
friends.
905 North Mesquite. With that, we're out of time, Michael. What can I say? Thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk. And
it's great to be back.
I'm glad you're back.
In your presence, even though you didn't get many. But
thanks to everybody watching, even those who get their hair done at Ramon's Max Designs for VIPs.